Okay, let's start. Okay.
Yeah, a very good morning to everybody who have joined this live webinar. I can see the registration was overwhelming and more than 350 have already joined, and it's continuing. Today we are on the first day of the Global Money Week. Some of you may be wondering what this Global Money Week about. So this is the 10th edition of the Global Money Week, in which the OECD countries, more than 110 countries, are celebrating this week from 21st till 27th. And the basic objective of which is to spread financial literacy on a large segment of population. So this is the basic objective of this Global Money Week. Actually, it is various activities are planned, and it is actually a state of mind, as it is said, and it is an attitude basically, and where it catalyzes the efforts and initiatives of all the stakeholders working in the domain of financial education and financial literacy. And we at NCFE are largely honored to be associated with this event as a knowledge partner. And in India, this event is being anchored and championed by the Securities and Exchange Board of India. And from NCFE side, we have a series of activities planned for this week, and today is the first day of that, and we are starting with the national level webinars involving all financial sector regulators today, tomorrow, again on Thursday and Saturday. So you have got the program scheduled with us, and also in addition to that, we are conducting quiz for the school students, and we are conducting a principals conclave, inviting principals across the country. So this is to tell you, today's seminar's theme is making smart banking habits, savings, credit, and transfer of money. And to talk about that, I have the privilege of inviting Mrs. Sonali Sengupta, and RBI, she is the Chief General Manager of Reserve Bank of India, and she heads the department at the national level of the Financial Inclusion and Development Department. She not only heads, she anchors all the literacy and inclusion drive of Reserve Bank of India as the banking regulator. And Reserve Bank is the champion of financial inclusion and financial literacy, and she anchors this crucial developmental role of RBI as a Chief General Manager. She has also worked as the Chief General as the Financial Inclusion and Development Department of RBI in New Delhi office, where she was involved in the ground level delivery of financial literacy efforts of Reserve Bank and other stakeholders in the banking domain. She was a member secretary in the internal working group to review agricultural credit, and also in the expert committee on MSME. So who can be better? It is once again my privilege, madam, to welcome you. And it's wonderful having you at this, the beginning and the first session of this Global Money Week. Madam, it's over to you. We have more than 1,500 registration, and people are joining in, and a lot of school students have also been there who are joining in there through indirectly joining in their classroom or in their auditorium. It's being telecast. So over to you, madam, for this important session on the making smart banking habits, savings, credit, and transfer of money. In fact, this is one of the goal and objectives of the National Strategy for Financial Education. Over to you, madam.
Yeah, thank you, Dvediji. Thanks a lot, and very good morning to all of you, all students and all participants. I'm really very happy to be part of this Global Money Week. And as Satyaji Dwivedi has already explained what it is all about, that Global Money Week is an annual global awareness raising campaign aimed at strengthening the young people and making them financially aware about the various concepts of money, and helping them gradually acquire the knowledge, the skills, the attitudes, the behaviors, and necessary to make financial decisions. So the ultimate objective is that each and every individual, we help them achieve financial well-being and financial resilience. The year 2022 marks the 10th year of the Global Money Week, I understand. And the theme of the Global Money Week for 2022 is Build Your Future, Be Smart About Money. The theme captures the essence of all the efforts being taken by all the policymakers, the government, the financial sector regulators, RBI. And see, it captures the essence that, and it is the motivation behind all the literacy efforts that are being undertaken by all the policymakers. So globally, Also, what is the motivation? So basically, one should be able to secure one's future and by using the money smartly. So smart money would mean that making sound financial decisions while thinking about one's own future. So it's noteworthy that India has a large section of population which is in the working age, and they are young, and the third largest economy in the world in terms of purchasing power parity. And we are now aiming to become a 5 trillion US dollar economy. So how is it going to fructify? So there are various steps being taken. One way we have to understand is we need to harness the demographic dividend by meeting the aspirations of the large young population. I'm sure all of you will understand what this demographic dividend means. So we have a large working population. There are countries where the dependent populations are much, much more than those who are working. So the working population can really contribute to the overall growth of the economy. So which means we need to provide an enabling environment and infrastructure in the form of education, training, and opportunity. So Global Money Week is one such steps towards strengthening the awareness on financial education. Now, how does financial education helps? So it plays a very vital role. It creates the demand side response to the supply side interventions and helps people achieve financial well-being by accessing appropriate financial products and services through regulated entities. It's important when I say use of appropriate financial products and services through regulated entities. So when you are using any financial products and services, you also have to see from whom you are availing it. Are they regulated by any of the regulators? So now financial education also supports achievement of sustainable development goal. That is number 4 on education, which aims to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. So there is the Sustainable Development Goal number target 4.6 is on literacy, and the target 4.4 is on life skills. So I'm sure you are able to appreciate that financial education helps us improving one of an important life skills. So financial resilience of individuals and their family helps them to strengthen and their financial well-being, and that is possible only through financial education. So, as I told you, government has been taken lot of structural steps, structural reforms, calibrated macro measures. Reserve Bank of India has also undertaken various initiatives to strengthen the financial inclusion in the country over the years. And financial inclusion means each and everyone has access to savings product, they have access to remittances, but like transfer of money from one place to another, and also various types of credit products. So some of the very significant steps that RBI had taken so that we get access to the basic financial products and services, like with a view to make financial banking facilities available to all, we have issued guidelines on basic savings bank deposit account, and banks have been instructed to open a zero balance account for all eligible people. And this was given a boost by the government's Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, a national mission for financial inclusion to ensure access to financial services, namely banking, savings and deposit accounts, remittances, credit, insurance, pension, in an affordable manner. So now to ensure availability of credit, we have credit so that credit reaches all important sectors of the economy, the productive sectors of the economy like agriculture, MSMEs, and export credit, credit for education, for social. Excuse me, 1 minute, please. I'm sorry. Now what I was talking about, that the credit that we have the guidelines for the credit. We have said banks have issued, RBI has issued guidelines to the banks on priority sector lending to all the scheduled commercial banks. The banks have to provide credit. They have been prescribed certain targets for providing credit to these productive sectors. So these instructions have been instrumental in making credit available to these sectors, which otherwise are usually deprived of credit. So now for the payment side also, we have taken a lot of steps, like with the increasing potential of integrating technology for furthering payments. The Unified Payments Interface was launched in 2016, and recognizing the need to provide adequate options to people using basic feature phones. Recently, UPI 123 Pay has also been launched, which envisages to bring digital payments option to nearly 40 crore feature phone users. So now the payment facilities will be accessible to all those who don't own a smartphone. So now the above developments have resulted in a greater number of people using formal financial services. To ensure that these efforts result in financial well-being, financial education is essential. Recognizing the importance of inculcating financial education at a young age, one of the strategic objectives of India's national strategy for financial education is to inculcate financial literacy concepts among the various sections of population through so that the financial education become an important life skill. So what we are doing is we are targeting the children and the young adults. They are the important target group for our financial education programs. So the NCFE is a partner in spreading financial education, and in consultation with all stakeholders, we are trying to impart the financial education through the school curriculum, so that the school students, the young population, we catch them young and they understand all kinds of financial literacy concepts. So they understand what is smart financial decision making, what is savings, what is credit, how do I transfer money through my mobile or through other technology enabled thing. I don't have to go to the banks. I can do it right through my mobile. So these are the things which we want, that the young population, they get aware, they become aware of all these things and they avail of it. So now the content for the financial education workbooks for classes 6 and 10th were prepared by CBSE in consultation with National Institute of Security, NISM, then NCFE, and all other 4 financial sector regulators. So as of now, 17 state education boards have already included in their school curriculum. Efforts are being made by NCFE in coordination with RBI and state education boards to include in the remaining state boards. So NCFE is also pursuing for including the financial education in the school curriculum with NCRT. And the regional offices of RBI, I'm sure you must be aware that we have regional offices in the various states, in all the states, and they carry out financial literacy program for them. The young students are an important target group. We reach out to the school students, and we also conduct train the trainers program for teachers, so that they become the brand ambassador and carry the message across to the students. I also urge upon all of you to please visit the financial education webpage on RBI website, and please go through all the material, whatever content we prepare, we put it on our website and which is made available to all. So now making smart banking choices and inculcating good banking habits in the early years of life can help prepare individuals for long-term success and make it easier for them to achieve their goals. So creating a budget is an important financial steps that helps every individual to get their finances in order and track how much money comes in and goes out. So establishing a good credit score is also key. for qualifying for the best financial products on better terms from the formal financial institutions. So what I'm trying to tell is that savings is a great way to manage money and without putting too much effort. It is necessary to set aside a portion of the money as savings as soon as one starts earning. So a plan for saving should begin at the budgeting stage itself. One should be able to understand their expenses. So one should be able to balance their essential expenses and non-essential expenses. And a smart person would be one who would prefer to postpone the non-essential expenses and prefer to save money for future. And these, when we save money, basically we are planning doing financial planning for our basics life cycle needs. We are setting financial goals for our future. So this is all about it. We have to be aware about all those things. We have to make extra efforts to be an active saver and avail of the benefits of the entire financial system, financial ecosystem. Now, Gen Y depends on technology for innumerable services. So be it ordering food or cab online and doing online banking transactions. So the users should be very particular about certain hygiene practices, financial hygiene practices, which should be adopted to save oneself from any kind of loss, namely not to use public internet connections for financial transactions, close apps after doing transaction, etc. So I'm glad to share that a 24/7 helpline called DG Sathi has been launched recently by RBI. And DG Sathi basically provide a channel to obtain help on the entire gamut of digital payments, automated responses on information related to digital payment products and services. And these are available in Hindi and English through multiple options like a toll-free number, and a short code, and also through a website like dgsathi.info and chatbots. So this feature shall assist users with queries on digital payments via website and chatbot facility through a toll-free calls where user can dial or call out options products for which information is required. So the above initiatives are envisioned to accelerate the process of digital adoption in India by creating a richer and inclusive ecosystem that can accommodate larger sections of population. So basically, one have to be really smart. The smart means you have to be wise, you have to be watchful about the latest development that is happening, and by visiting these websites like RBI, NCFE, then SEBI, then EDI, then PFRD, once you should be visiting these websites to get genuine information and acquire important knowledge about how to do your financial, use the financial products and services. So this is all about it. So now I'm confident that these various initiatives which we are taking, and the various awareness camps, you will take benefit out of it. And the Global Money Week is a global event, and I'm sure that will go a long way towards helping the younger generation be aware about the various financial products and services, and they become smart about the various banking habits. A financially literate younger generation will help us in our goal of our strategy to have a financially educated country. And this is our vision, that each and every person is empowered with financial education. So I'm sure all of you would take advantage of the various talks that has been organized by NCFE. I urge upon you to be regular on the NCFE page so that we are able to share the maximum information as much as possible from our side. So all the best. Thank you. Over to you, Divedi ji. Thanks a lot. You are on mute, Divedi ji.
Sorry, thank you, Sonali ma'am. Thank you so much for sparing your valuable time. I know how busy you are on the Monday morning. So just I see on the chat box there is just one inquiry which is coming from Anand Chandra. He wants to know uh, who is the appropriate authority in a district to give permission to a financial organization to start its operation in a district, whether such permission is mandatory.
First of all, first of all, anybody who wants to do any financial activity, if it is lending, then what type of entity you are, you have to come to RBI. So you must be aware that any kind of financial, but if it is financial education, I don't know what activity they are talking about. That is more important. Excuse me, 1 minute.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Just one more if you have time. Just one more
Yeah, sure.
question you can take. This is from Shaurya saying she would like to know what is a credit score.
Okay. See, credit score basically, the credit information companies usually, RBI has told all the banks, all the lending entities, be it NBFCs, be it banks, to report all the lending, loan activities to these credit information company. Right now, we have 5 credit information company. So they collect the borrower's details, the different types of loans being availed. So, and based on their repayments, based on their, how they repay, they give certain kind of score. So whether you are a good borrower or a bad borrower, so they have their own rating system. And these rating, are used by the banks whenever you are approaching to any financial institutions, whether NBFC or a bank, to avail any credit. So they will refer to this credit score. God forbid, if you had already availed a loan and you couldn't repay in time, automatically your score will come down. So you have to be little bit careful. You should have good repayment habits. If the bank has told you to have given a repayment, schedule, you have to abide by that. So that is what is all about credit score. It's all entirely at your disposal. How you maintain your credit score, it's up to you.
There is
I
two.
think I have clarified what.
Otherwise, also we can again reiterate them. We have their mail ID. We will get in touch with them, and in case they need further clarification, we will do that. There are 2 more questions. One related to NCFE, of course, I would answer that, and the one which is related to the banking is Somyaranjan Mahapatra wants to know what is hidden charges in a bank.
See, banks are doing business and they charge because of their whatever offerings they are given. So now hidden charges, I wouldn't say. In fact, everything is done transparently. You have to be smart to understand what are the various charges. Upfront, you should be able to understand the processing charges, any service charges being charged. The bank should be able to clarify to you. So you should be smart to, get this information. So there's nothing like hidden. So it basically it should be transparent. If anything which was not told beforehand, but but you got charged later on without prior intimation, then you have every reason to complain. So you must then raise your and complain to the banks that these charges were not told to me and being charged now. But everything, the bank should be very transparent.
I think we will not, take much of your time. Other queries you are free to ask, and we will get back to you with our answer. We also have a
Vediji.
chat. Yes, madam.
PG, I just saw, I think it disappeared. Somebody asked that whether we can rely on a financial app. So one thing which I said, and I think reiterated and I repeated, that regulated financial entities. So, there's lot of, during the COVID also, we have seen lot of apps have come about giving, processing loan and giving you money in a fraction of a second. There's nothing much in processing and all those things. So I am repeating again that whenever you are availing any financial products and services from any entity, please ensure these are all regulated entities. Banks, of course, I need not have to say, but the fintech companies which have come up, you have to be very, very careful whether they are doing in collaboration with the bank or they are on their own. Most of them have been doing a lot of unscrupulous activities. So you have to be very, very careful while availing any kind of financial products and services. Be smart. That is the topic. And the takeaway is be smart. Nobody should outsmart you. So this is the final takeaway.
Yeah, be smart. Nobody should outsmart you. That's the
Yes.
essence and the key learning
Yes.
point of today's
Yeah.
session. Um, uh, Manisha Jain, ma'am, you would like to know that how can you associate with NCFE? You are already a SEBI Smart and PFD RP. We have APTP program, madam, which is for the school teachers. You can associate with us. You just send us a mail and we will try and get back to you with all your queries addressed. And somebody also wanted to know whether you can do a certificate course online from NCFE. Let me clarify, NCFE is not an accredited certifying agency, but we do have this ELMS platform called arthashiksha.com where you can log in, register and do this 5.5 hours course on 20 models on the various sector regulators model, banking, securities market, pension, and as well as the insurance. And at the end of it, you can get a e-certificate, but it is not a certified like SEBI or NISM. NCFE is not a accredited certifying agency, but you can do this on a voluntary basis. It's a very rich resource. Why I would request all of you who are present and would like to know more about the financial education literacy must access our website and must access this ELMS platform. Thank you once again, Sonali ma'am, for giving us this opportunity to hear you on this opening webinar. And we have a series of webinar, as I told you, is coming up. Tomorrow is the securities market. Again, Thursday, we have the pension system. And Saturday, we have the insurance, importance of insurance to protect our savings and wealth. So see you again tomorrow morning. Till then, goodbye. Thank you once again, all the participants for joining in such a large number. I can see more than 850 participants are already logged in, and many schools and colleges would have been indirectly watching this. Thank you, Sonali Madam, once again. I can't thank you enough for coming into the first session.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank
And all
you.
the best. All the best.
Thank you.